Huevos Rancheros Chimichangas. Here we are once again in Dark Savior. We're trapped on a prison ship with some sort of crab slime moth thing on the loose. Most of the crew is dead, our coworkers are dead, and we're fashionably late for the party. Well, let's bust this door down and see what's up. I'll go into this menu system a little later once we're done with the prologue. For now, let's just use this key, and momentarily we will be seeing the weakest link of Dark Savior, which is its combat system. It's kind of a hybrid with fighting game, or at least inspired by fighting game. But while hybrids of action RPGs and fighting game mechanics can be done well, this is not one of those cases. So we're going to be fighting a clone Balan, and here's the quasi-fighting game sequence, which for starters is really zoomed in and pixelized. There are only a few moves. There's this middle range attack in which Garion lunges with his sword, and that does a knockdown and breaks guard. You can also do a closer up attack, which is faster, but is more readily blocked. And by holding down the attack button when you're preferably at a safe distance, you can charge up for your super move. As you can see, it's all very repetitive, and pretty much every fight breaks down to gauging your distance carefully, using your guard break mid-range attack, and just saving up for your super move whenever possible. There's really literally nothing more to it than that. Some enemies can also be captured, which means you can use them in combat in place of Garion, but this enemy cannot be captured, so we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, this whole fighting game hybridization was done really well in Princess Crown, also on the Saturn, in which every random encounter was almost like a bite-sized version of Samurai Showdown, and a lot of fun. But, yeah, just not one of the strong points of Dark Savior. It does much better with its platforming and such. So apparently the real Balan is out here on the deck. Or is he? And even though he was being taken to Jailer's Island, he's headed there of his own free will. What could this mean? Find out in Dark Savior Parallel 1! We got our nice little intro credits here, and this will not take too long. Kiwamu Mikogami Illustrated. Not nearly as popular as Sports Illustrated, but it serves a certain niche. Dark Savior, Parallel 1, A Hunt for the Evil. Jailer's Island, a few hours before Balan's arrival. Now, I just want to point something out here. We've got Gojira in prison clothing, and his mom is apparently a human woman. How did this work out exactly? Also, in the Japanese version where the chocolate was cigarettes, I have to wonder if the inexplicably Gojira-like son was complaining about the quality of the local smokes. That is kind of a shitty attitude there, Godzilla-san. Apparently the visiting policy of this prison is once a year on the warden's birthday, which is kind of restrictive, but then again, you get that kind of vibe from Jailer's Island overall. That's a hell of a jumbotron there. Happy birthday, Kurtligan! Yeah, you might be getting the idea around this point that Warden Kurtligan's a little bit of a dick. JLO, that's Jailers Liberation Organization, I believe. Millennium. Couldn't have any connection to a certain prisoner we know. Yeah, C. Bennett's has certainly seen better days since the Milan Rampage. And our battered vessel finally pulls into the convenient harbor-shaped break in the prison wall. You're not the arms dealer! People in distress say ugh an awful lot in this game. We have not seen the last of that, I assure you. Thanks to the automatic navigator, we've made it to Jailer's Island, but I detect something is terribly wrong. Furthermore, even the air smells vile.
Anyhow, we should meet with Warden Kurt and tell him that Bilan has escaped and may have landed here.
That's a hell of a way to get down from the ship, Garion. It's a wonder that he has any knees left. Keep your hands where we can see them. His friend's calling, Kurt. Get yourself a nice prison souvenir. Yeah, a nice set of manacles and thumb screws to take home to the kids. Well, actually, looking at the time, that's about all the time we have for Dark Savior today. As always, this has been and I do appreciate the warm welcome back in the comments. Hope to see you next time.